Belief has to proceed the evidence. Again, belief has to proceed the evidence. If you don't believe, then you will not see the evidence. Again, if you don't believe, you will not see the evidence. And this is how you manifest. This is how you bring in the things that you really want. Is by believing it before you can see it. That's how faith works. You have to believe it before you see it. If you're looking for it and then you say you believe, you're backwards. It's not going to work. It don't work out like that. You got to trust. You got to trust everything's working in your favor. Even if you don't see any evidence right now, you have to trust and believe that everything's working in your favor. Again, belief has to proceed to evidence. You got to believe you getting that person. You got to believe you getting that car. You got to believe you getting that house. You got to believe you getting that dream life. You got to believe you're going on that vacation. You got to sit down and think about that vacation. You got to sit down and think about your spouse. You got to sit down and think about that house. You got to sit down and think about that car. You got to think about all these things. How would it feel when you're in these situations? How would it feel when you're on vacation? Think about the plane trip. Think about this. Think about that. Think about the shower. Think about the food. You got to know it. You got to feel it. You got to be in it. You got to feel that energy. The belief has to proceed the evidence. You can't be like, oh, I believe when I'm on a vacation. You're on a vacation. It's too late now. So what if you're always saying that, well, when I get to the vacation never comes? So you continuously just living in the future, thinking that the future is now. The future is created by the now. Again, the future is created by the now. So if the future is created by the now, then the now has to be the proof. You have to live in the proof now. The proof is what you desire. Live in the desire now, and it'll be evident in the future, which is still now, but in the actual timeline future, it will be present or presented to you. Because present is still now. Don't want to get your tongue tied or mind tied. Again, belief has to proceed to evidence. Universe has to know that you trust it. Universe ain't going to do nothing for you if you don't trust it. And once you trust and let go and know, that's when the universe is working for you. And know that it's bringing in everything that you want, everything you desire. You have to know that. And again, belief has to proceed the evidence. Too many times people don't receive the things that they want. Too many times people don't receive the things that they desire because they are looking for the evidence and the proof before they have the belief. I believe it when I see it. It don't work like that. That's why so many people are stuck. Because it's even hard for them to even imagine themselves in those positions. So they just want the universe to just grant it to them. And a lot of times these people are not even in the position or even ready to handle that gift or that dream or that thing that they desire. They're not even in the position. That's why it's even hard for them to even conjure up thoughts, conjure up ideas of them even having these things, of them even accomplishing the things that they want to accomplish. That's why it's so hard. Because they can't imagine it themselves. They don't have that brain power. They were never put in those positions. They were never taught those things. These are the people that's blinded by their reality. See, the more that you're blinded by your reality, it's harder for you to step outside of it and to think and to dream the things that you want and to know that it's possible. You have to be delusional. Again, you have to be delusional to think outside the box. Anybody who's ever received anything, great. Anybody who's ever done anything, great. And great doesn't necessarily mean on a world scale. It could just mean, you not being the only person who was financially dependent in your family. That's something, a great feat, But anybody who's ever done anything great or anything of that sort, they had to think outside the box. They had to be crazy. They had to be delusional. That's the only way. Anybody successful, anybody, that was the first process. They had to see it. They had to think about it. They had to, be delusional about it. It was outside of their reality. All the signs pointed left and they thought right. And something told them, no, we need to go right. So I ask, are you the type of person who is, I believe it when I see it? Because if you're one of those people who says, I believe it when I see it, you're going to be waiting a long time. And that general thought pattern that you have that it'll never happen because that's what's fresh on your mind, guess what? That's what I always play out, is that it's fresh is that it'll never happen. Because that's your general thought pattern. The universe is going to give you what you're thinking about. The universe is going to give you what you're feeling. It's not going to give you the opposite. If what you're feeling is lack, it's going to give you that. If what you're feeling is that you're not good enough, the opportunity is better than you, guess what? It's going to present itself as that. In the form of you never receiving what you really wanted. That's why I say you have to believe it before you see it. You have to see yourself in that position. And watch how the universe works to make everything happen for you. It was working to bring that reality that you have now, right? It seemed like things never changed, right? Things never changed because your mindset never changed, because deep down inside you never thought, or you never put yourself in the position that you wanted to be in. Start changing your mind pattern. Start changing your thoughts. Start living in the reality that you desire, and start seeing how the universe starts changing for you. You got to have your eyes open and watch little by little how things start changing in your favor. Just watch. How mentally you'll start, aligning yourself to the person that you want to be. It's going to be little baby steps. But you have to see yourself in that position. And too many times, people don't put themselves in that position. They live in that reality too much. They live in their reality too much. And the reality does not fulfill the desires that they truly want to have. So remember, faith must precede evidence. The faith must precede the evidence. It must. The belief must precede the evidence. You must believe it before you can achieve it. You must believe it before you can receive it. That's the way it works. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel about this. This is Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.